Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with the next review of the Fangoria Challenge, and this time we watched The Dead Pit. The Dead Pit is a 1989 horror film directed by Brett Leonard, and according to Fangoria, it's one of the 101 best horror movies you've never seen. The Dead Pit is about maniacal Dr. Colin Ramsey. He's a surgeon at a mental hospital and conducts experiments on the patients. He brings them down to the basement in an abandoned wing of the hospital. Down there is also a pit where he keeps his experiments. The Dead Pit. When another doctor at the facility, Dr. Gerald Swan, catches him, he puts Dr. Ramsey down for good. So he thinks, anyway. He shoots him in the head and seals him away in the basement to spend forever with his victims in the Dead Pit. The movie then cuts to 20 years later, when a young woman is found in the park with amnesia. She is brought into the hospital as a Jane Doe. Upon her arrival, there is an earthquake, which, unbeknownst to everyone in the hospital, unseals the mad Dr. Ramsey. Jane Doe begins having sessions with Dr. Swan, including hypnotherapy. It works to an extent, as she's able to uncover some deep memories. Unfortunately, Dr. Swan doesn't believe her, though, when she claims she hasn't lost her memory, but it was taken from her. Meanwhile, she begins seeing the crazy surgeon Dr. Ramsey around the facility. Some of the patients start to go even crazier, and hospital staff members go missing. Dr. Ramsey hasn't finished his experimenting, and it seems he's especially interested in Jane Doe. It all leads up to an exciting climax as Dr. Ramsey's zombified victims crawl out of the Dead Pit. The majority of the film is more of a psycho doctor meets women's prison movie. That's how it feels anyway, with Jane Doe being locked up in the mental hospital. It also helps that she's scantily clad almost the entire time. Dr. Ramsey seems to be stalking her around the hospital, and others as well. Then it isn't towards the end of the film that it actually becomes a zombie movie. Ultimately, this makes The Dead Pit a nice hybrid of subgenres. Hospital settings usually work well in horror films, and this is no exception. Cheryl Lawson is nice to look at, and we do get some gratuitous nudity from her. That's in addition to her walking around in her underwear and a very see-through white shirt. Danny Gotchnauer is very creepy as Dr. Ramsey. There are some really well-shot scenes in the Dead Pit. The practical effects, as always, are fun to watch. And I really like the ending of the film. Most people probably associate The Dead Pit with its VHS release that featured the glowing eyes on the zombie on the cover. You'd press a button and the eyes would light up. This here, though, is the 2-disc collector's edition unrated director's cut of The Dead Pit from Code Red. This was a Best Buy exclusive. Disc 2 features the Dead Pit mini-movie with the alternate end scene. My relatable recommendation for this one is Hellmaster. Hellmaster is a 1992 horror film starring John Saxon, and this was released by Vinegar Syndrome. The two movies definitely give off the same vibe. They also feature similar storylines. Hellmaster is about a psychotic professor who conducts experiments on his students. His experiments also become zombie-like killers. Have you seen The Dead Pit? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. And please be sure to check out Jason's review. What will we watch next for the Fangoria Challenge? Check back soon to find out. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind, subscribe.